Hello, welcome to Boston by Foot. We are at the corner of State and Congress Streets. Across the street is a beautiful red brick, Georgian-style old State House. The State House was built in 1713 as the seat of the British government here in Boston. Behind that balcony door on the second floor, the royal governor met with his council. In the middle of the second floor, the House of Representatives sat, and on the far end, the Superior Court convened. In the flats of the elegant Anglo-Flemish gabled roofline, we see on the left the gold English lion, and on the right the silver unicorn of Scotland. Together they constitute the symbol of the United Kingdom. Many important events occurred in this building, but to me, the most important event, maybe one of the most important events in our history, took place in February 1761. It was a court case challenging general writs of assistance, and it featured a young lawyer named James Otis Jr. Writs of assistance were what we would recognize today as search warrants, but these writs had none of the safeguards associated with our current search warrants. A customs office did not have to provide the court any probable cause for the writ. He did not specify who, where, or for what he was going to search. James Otis Jr. was considered one of the most preeminent lawyers in Boston. He had been appointed Advocate General of the colony, making him the highest legal authority for the government. Here in Boston, smuggling goods to evade British taxes was common. In his office, the writs of assistance were a tool for him to use in prosecuting smugglers here in Boston. It was his responsibility to defend the writs in court, should they be challenged legally. However, when the town of Boston decided to challenge the legality of general writs, James Otis resigned his position and offered his services to the town of Boston to challenge the writs pro bono, for free, rather than defend them. The case would be tried before the Superior Court and Chief Justice Thomas Hutchinson, who presided over this, the highest court in the colony. Much of what we know about the trial comes from the notes taken by John Adams, our second president, at that time a young lawyer-to-be, observing from the gallery. James Otis would make a fiery, hand-waving 5 to 6 hour speech. He would invoke the Magna Carta of 1215, what many consider the grandfather of modern law. He used the British Constitution and the colony charter. He spoke that man is subject to the laws revealed to him by his Maker, God, the natural laws. That these natural laws and rights were inherent at our birth and inalienable. They cannot be taken away due to our own ignorance, trickery, or tyranny. Interestingly, in 1761, Otis specifically included the African slave as having the same inherent rights as other colonists. That somewhat to the shock of John Adams. Among the natural laws, a man's home is his castle. A man at peace, having broken no law, should be secure in his home. But these writs violated this law, as the petty official would be empowered to enter and search that castle without recourse. He argued a man's rights could only be surrendered by consent and with representation for the communal good. He argued that these rights were written into the British Constitution and the colony charter as fundamental laws and rights, and that all British subjects, which included the people of Boston, could not be deprived of these rights without representation, not by the virtual representation provided by Parliament at the time. After observing Otis's arguments, John Adams would declare, there and then the child independence was born. James Otis's presentation laid out the principles for which the American Revolution was fought and started the colony on the path to revolution. It was the genesis of slogans such as no taxation without representation, and taxation without representation is tyranny. Otis's arguments are also the basis for the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which protects us today from illegal search and seizure by our government. Because of the impact on the American Revolution and its present-day impact via the Fourth Amendment, I consider that February 25th, 1761 presentation to be one of the most important events in our history. Some other very important events also have occurred at this site. On July 18, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was read for the first time in Boston from the balcony you see. After it was read, people celebrating by tearing down the lion and the unicorn and had a bonfire with these and other symbols of British authority right outside the Bunch of Grape Tavern just down King Street. On June 15th, 1780, the Massachusetts Constitution was signed into law. John Hancock was sworn in as the first governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on October 25th, 1780. Thank you for listening, and I hope you were able to join us on an actual tour soon.